You're listening to Dene Michael here on the True Radio, the home of proper good music. And my special guest tonight is all the way from the 80s. Hazell Dean is with us tonight. Hi, Hazell.
Hello, darling.
Hello, love.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. Yeah.
And how's lockdown treating you at the moment?
Well, yeah, it's not been too. I mean, it has its moments, doesn't it? But we've kind of kept up a well in the first, in the early part of the lockdown, we just decided to, have a good routine, get up in the mornings and do what we've got to do. And Stevie, our daughter, she's been fantastic, actually. I mean, she all the way through that lockdown when she wasn't at school. I mean, she studied every day, and we didn't have to sort of force her to do it or anything like that. And the teachers at her school were brilliant. So she's been fantastic. And
she's lovely. I've met her at Let's Rock the 80s, haven't we? Yeah. She's lovely. And of course, it's half term at the moment, so you'll be able to spend a bit of time. Yeah. So you'll be able to spend a bit of time with her and everything.
Yeah. It was my birthday today, so
I know. Happy birthday for yesterday, by the way.
Thanks, darling. Yeah, and she cooked our dinner last night.
Oh,
and yeah, she's a good little cook. So no, she's a good girl. She's a good girl.
Yeah. Oh, lovely. Well, I'm glad you're all happy together and you're all spending time in lockdown and everything. And
well, we had a nice summer. We did go out and about in the summer. We went to lots of zoos and had lovely days out. And we've just been sensible, honey.
Yeah.
Just wearing our masks and doing what you have to do.
We all have to do that, don't we, at the moment?
Well, we'll be doing that. Yeah, I think so.
So Hazell, what I'd like to tell everybody, all our listeners, is how we met. We met before Let's Rock, didn't we, really? Because we worked in Scotland together, right?
With
Val.
It was Les, wasn't it?
It was with Valerie, wasn't it? Valerie Hutton.
Oh, Valerie, yeah.
Yeah, and she said to say a big hello to you, by the way. She listens in every week.
Send my love back.
Yeah, well, you can tell her, you can say that. And she says a big happy birthday as well to you for yesterday. So we met up in Scotland and we had a great gig up there. And then recently we've been doing the Let's Rock the 80s, which is a fantastic concert festival. With all the 80s acts, and we all get together, don't we? We all get around the table, and
I loved it. I absolutely adored doing that. The Let's Rock festivals, because and not just the singing side of it was fabulous. The audiences were lovely. We had a great summer, didn't we?
We did. Yeah, we've done great things,
and just the social side of it with everybody. Like you say, we sat around tables. We had such a giggle. It was just. Do you know what I did say to Peter Coyle? I did say it doesn't get any better than this.
That's right.
Do you remember? I think it was 2018 when we did, and the World Cup was on, wasn't it?
Yes, and we all sat outside.
It was just, it was brilliant. I loved it. It was really nice.
Yeah, I had Cheryl on last week. Cheryl Baker, she was on the show last week, and she was saying the same thing. How wonderful it is that we can all get together, all the 80s acts, and like you say, we all sit around the table, we all have a chat. Because in the days of like Top of the Pops and everything, we never got a chance to speak to each other. We were
all sort of going off to your little rooms, weren't you?
Yeah.
I remember. And you didn't really. It was weird, wasn't it, really? Because you'd imagine everyone having a big party and everything afterwards, but unless you actually went up to the bar or whatever, you didn't kind of did your little thing, and
they sort of ushered you into, like you say, into your little dressing room, and then you do your bit, and then they'd usher you back out again. So
that's it.
And these Let's Rock the 80s are just wonderful when we can all get together and have a chat. And it's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
so originally, Hazell, you're from, is it Chelmsford in Essex? Are you from?
Yeah. Essex, yeah.
And do you still live there now, or?
No, I live in Surrey now.
Oh, right, lovely.
I left home when I was 17, and that was a long time ago. But having said that, I mean, I still would go home, see my lovely mum and dad who aren't with us anymore. But I've got a brother and sister that live there, and we're always backwards and forwards. It's about an hour and a half away from here in a car, so. So I still got big ties there, but I actually did leave when I was 17. So
it's always nice to go back home, isn't it? Yeah. I live in York.
I've still got lovely old friends from that time as well that I keep in contact with as well.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
I live in Yorkshire, as you probably know. I live near where the film Emmerdale, and you did a gig up here, and I was going to try and get to see you, and obviously another gig came in for me. Do you remember?
That was in
In Bradford.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was the last show I did before lockdown. It was a 40th birthday party. It was in Bradford.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, it's not far from where I live. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh.
So Hazel, it's lovely to have you on the programme. What we're going to do now is play a few songs, and then we'll have you back on and we'll talk about the Club Mirror Awards and everything like that. So Hazell Dean, thank you for being on with us, and we'll be back in a little while.